Hello, hello. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, we should be live. This show should be starting in a couple of minutes. I'm just getting everything up, making sure it's up and running. So I'm going to check my feed just to make sure that we got the stream up and going. Because sometimes when I'm doing my stream, sometimes it doesn't initiate right away. I don't like phone cases. But yeah, it looks like we are up and running because I can see that it's up. Yeah, so we're up and running. Okay, so today we are live streaming Microsoft or Xbox's Developer Direct 24, and it's about to start. So we're going to see some new gameplay today. So we're going to see something from Ninja Theory, obviously. So we're going to see Hellblade 2 gameplay. Hopefully we get a good distinction of gameplay, because last time they did show gameplay, but a lot of people thought that it was actually not gameplay, that it was like CGI, and it was actually gameplay. So I hope today they distinguish the gameplay itself. We're going to see the Indiana Jones games from Machine Games, so we're going to get our first look at that. We're going to see what Oxide has. We're going to see what Obsidian has. And hopefully we get some surprises, maybe a shadow drop. I'm not quite sure. I think we're going to get some release dates, so we're probably going to get a release date for Hellblade. So the rumor right now is that Hellblade is going to come out in May. Indiana Jones, I'm not quite sure when that game is going to come out. I would expect it would be this year. So let's just tune in right now. The show should be starting. Just give me 1 second. No, we're still waiting for the show to start. Let's put this back up on the screen. So we're still waiting for the show to start. It should start maybe in the next minute. I guess we're going to get the official countdown, and then the show will start. So just bear with me. The show's going to start. I guess you guys got to look at my messy home screen there. I got so many apps up on the screen. That's ridiculous. But yeah, it is what it is. We're doing this live, so I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be able to stream this today. I left the office a little bit earlier, so I have some stuff that I got to take care of in the evening. So I decided to, just get back here so I could stream this for you guys, because I know you guys really want to see this. We should be back up and running. I don't know why it actually stopped there for a second, but we should be up and running now. All right, let's go, guys. I hope this show is great, because Xbox really needs this right now. So let's go.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the Living Lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the Living Lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. and Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
I will say, it does look like an upgrade over the last time we saw it.
Is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
Big upgrade over what we initially saw, guys. Let me know in the chat if you guys think it's an upgrade over the last showing of this game.
I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience.
I don't mean to talk over him, but I gotta say it looks so much better than when we first saw it. When we first saw this game, I was like trolling on this game. It looked horrible. And it looks like almost they're using a new engine. I'm not quite sure. It's probably not the case, but it looks really good now, man.
Forests to volcanic wastes, and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Much better showing of the game. Much better. This looks AAA now. Definitely. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, okay? And we're getting it this year, fall 2024. Man, they said Xbox don't got no games. Oh boy, it's going to be a rough year for Sony because I really don't know what they're releasing this year. And we know that Hellblade 2 is coming out this year. And rumors are that this game is coming in the summer, that it's coming in May. So I guess we're going to find out after this Direct. So I'm really interested in this part, so I'm going to shut up here.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Do you see how small you are? Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different.
Okay, so that part that we saw there, that's definitely gameplay.
Very brutal, and you're very invested.
So this is gameplay.
Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player
I just wish they were a little bit more direct in showing us that, hey, this is gameplay. But I know for a fact that this is gameplay.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will we do to her? What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
There we go. I was right. I said before the stream, so you guys can't even say that. I said the rumor is it's coming out in May, and May 21st, 2024, we are going to get Hell's Blade 2. And it looked fantastic. The only thing I can say is that it appears to be at 30 FPS, guys. So I would say on the Xbox consoles, it's going to be 30 FPS. And of course, on PC, it's going to be 60 FPS and above. So that's the only downside. And I just wish they distinguish what was gameplay a little bit better. But apart from that, it looked fantastic. Oh, this is a surprise. This wasn't on there. The Square Enix game? This wasn't here. I wonder if it's something Final Fantasy related. Let's see.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。
First to launch on Xbox. Here we go, guys.
1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Like, I'm not going to sit here and cap and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this game, because I don't really play these type of games. But gaming is for everybody, and what I like, not necessarily someone else is going to like. And I know these type of games, a lot of people like them. So this is a pretty big announcement, man.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Shi from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら 足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど、ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Wow, this is coming out in the summer. So for those of you guys that like this type of game, another game. Xbox is gonna have a lot of games this summer. Hellblade was announced. Visions of Mania. I forgot the other game they just announced that's also coming out this summer. I'm sorry, Avowed. Yeah, Avowed in the fall. Sorry. And Avowed is coming out in the fall. So Xbox got some games this year.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100...
Not gonna lie to you guys, this type of game I have no interest in, so I'm gonna take my break right now. I'll be right back, guys.
Expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Aura, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Aura is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Aura is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Aura, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Aura, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Aura, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Aura that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Aura compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
Cougars! I hate cougars!
someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of ARA is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play ARA and to create your own history.
Yeah, that one was okay. Whatever. I'm like I said, I'm not into those games, but gaming is for everybody, and I know a lot of people are into those type of games. So you guys let me know in the comment section if you were impressed by that. Like I said, that's just a pass for me. But here we go. We're finally going to see Indiana Jones, and I'm excited to see this. Let's go.
Här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be
See through your eyes? Is this first person?
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like.
I didn't realize Todd Howard was making this game, to be honest, guys. That's surprising to me. Did you guys know that?
What kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you.
Ooh, the facial capture looks amazing.
Maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here.
Very good facial capture, man.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Ah, we're using Harrison Ford's face. Good stuff. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Not gonna lie, I kind of hope it's not a first person though.
History.
Or at least have the option to toggle to third person.
Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting.
Kind of sounds like Harrison Ford. I don't know if he's really doing the voiceover on this. We'll have to find that out.
Watch me.
Yeah, it's first person.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
It looks good. Like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't look good. It looks good. I like the art style. The character models look pretty good. The facial animation is on point. I'm just not so sure about the first person. I was really hoping this would be third person, just because it's an action game, and I prefer them in third person than first person. You know, it's my only knock so far.
The Great Circle.
And it looks a little bit early. I don't think this game is coming out this year.
You have any idea how old that was?
Yeah, I don't think this is coming out this year. This is like maybe 2025, 2026.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
And if it is coming out this year, that looks like a, you know, it was good, but there were some rough edges. So I'm thinking that's an early build that we just saw there, or you know, not final build.
Archaeologist. He's a charismatic everyman. He's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story.
I love that they're using Harrison Ford's face though. That's awesome. And kind of sounded like him, but I'm kind of doubtful, but it sounded like him at least.
For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Okay. You got me. Okay, so there's gonna be some third-person elements. Okay, I'm okay now.
When the game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically
Candyman
artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity. Who the hell are you? Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
Story seems solid.
At the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome, stop. Need help, stop. Median Vatican, stop. India.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the
Hey guys, right now I'm watching this on my QD OLED. It looks beautiful, man.
The experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies,
Look at those shadows. Whoa.
observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using
No, it looks good.
tools at your
It looks good.
disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with
I just don't think it's the final build. I'm gonna see certain things that it's just not the final build.
Environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt,
Nice.
the snow-peaked Himalayas, and
Nice.
beyond.
Let's go.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
I'll say this.
One of the biggest
Tomb Raider,
is with the music.
Uncharted, games that are similar like that, they all stole from Indiana Jones. So it's good to see that we're getting a true Indiana Jones game. I like that they do have some third-person elements. That's awesome, because I was like, oh, is this going to be first-person? So that's good. And it looks like it has a rich story. It looks like the soundtrack is good. I'll probably get hit for it. That's how good it is. But yeah, it's looking good, man.
Things like this help us bridge the
But
gap
from
between making
I'll stop talking in a second. But from what I've seen, I don't think this is coming out this year, though. I think this is maybe 2025 or 2026.
Gina is our other main protagonist.
I'd be surprised if it's coming out this year.
Just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Oh, this looks good here.
Let's see if we can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip. And hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets.
Yeah, that sounds like a game for me, man. I like exploration.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we
Yeah,
have.
they're selling me on
We
it.
have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
When I come into these like directs and stuff, I come in like with a clean slate. I won't cap say, oh, it's Xbox, so everything is great. No, if I like it and I think it's good, it's good. If not, I'm gonna say otherwise. But from what I'm seeing here, yeah, man,
I want to thank you all
it looks good.
for joining us for our big
I'm gonna say 2025, 2026. I'll be shocked if it's this year. Let's see what they say.
Creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's
Alfonso, I guess, yeah, Machine Games, yeah, I guess they're not known for like cutting edge graphics, I guess, per se. It looks good nonetheless. Well, let's see when it's coming out.
We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Wow, so this is coming out this year. Holy smokes. Yo, Xbox is killing it this year. But I will say, guys, this is definitely not the final builds, because I could see certain things in it. So I would expect it to get more polished before its release. So when they say that it's coming this year, this is probably going to be a holiday release. So this is not going to come out to like October, November. So they have a lot of time to like do some polishing. So I just saw like a few things that are rough around the edges, but overall it looks good. So that's exciting. Xbox has a lot of games this year. Avowed, Sanua Sage, Hellblade 2, that Aura history. What's this? Oh, this is the recap of everything. Avowed, Indiana Jones. It's going to be a great year for Xbox. And I'm sure throughout the year, we're going to get some more announcements, like maybe some stealth drops and smaller titles.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Aura is our philosophy.
Yeah, this was the only, you know, I was like, really not digging it at all. Avowed looked a lot better than what they initially showed, for sure. A lot better. Indiana Jones, fantastic. Harrison Ford's face. Come on, let's go. And this game here, I wasn't really too into it, but I know it's a big deal for a lot of people out there, so that's pretty cool. It was a good show, man. It was a good show. I didn't expect them to announce all of these games to be coming out this year, so that's pretty crazy. That we're going to get Avowed, Hellblade 2, and Indiana Jones. Those are the ones that I'm looking forward to. You know, the other two games, Aura and Visions of Mania. I know you guys are looking forward to that stuff, some other guys out there. But Avowed, Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones, it's going to be a great, great, great year for gaming, man. 2024 global reveal next up. Okay, I guess the Elder Scrolls Online. So we're going to pause this here. We're just going to pause this here, and I'm just going to wrap this up. So overall, I'll rewind a little bit, and I'll just cut the volume. 1 second, guys. Yeah, so overall, I was impressed with what we saw. Definitely. I'm looking forward to Hellblade 2. I'm looking forward to Indiana Jones, and it's just spinning around in a circle here. We'll just pause it. That's what happens sometimes, guys. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, as I was saying, so we're getting Hellblade. I'm looking really forward to that. Avowed, I thought it was a great showing for Avowed, because initially when that game came out, I was just making fun of it. And a lot of people were making fun of it because it looked like, may I say, ass. It just didn't look good. All right? And today, what they showed, the build, their latest build, it just looked a lot better. It looked so much better. Hellblade, I was impressed with what I saw with Hellblade. We saw some gameplay. Now, I was able to distinguish what was gameplay, what was not. I would say most of what they showed today was gameplay, but they need to kind of convey that to people, because people are thinking that it's CGI, that, you know, it's not actual gameplay, when what we saw was gameplay. So we're going to find out soon enough, because as we approach the May 21st date, we're going to see more of this game. So like right here, this is definitely gameplay. This is not a cinematic, that part there. And the parts that you saw in the trailer when she was like, fighting the demons and stuff, that was actually gameplay as well. So this game, like this part right here, so this game is going to be visually stunning. Just imagine, this is gameplay. This is not a cutscene, right? So the visuals are going to set a new bar for sure. I'm 100%, I'm 100% positive on that. And we saw some of the leaked documents from that Sony leak where developers were saying that they want to achieve the type of realism that Ninja Theory has gotten with Hellblade 2. So we know that it's going to set a precedent, and it's going to be a new level to reach. And I'm sure other developers are going to strive to reach that. I'm not going to say this is going to be the best looking game of all time forever, but when it comes out, it's definitely going to be one of the best looking games that we've ever seen. So I'm looking forward to that. And Indiana Jones. I don't want to discredit the Mana game and the other game where you're like, it's like a world builder. It's just, I'm not interested in it, so I'm just not going to talk about it. I'm not a phony guy here and be like, yeah. I'm not interested in those games. Now, Indiana Jones. Initially, I was like, okay, it looks good. It looks just a little bit rough in some edges, in some places, so I don't think it's the final build. I thought that the facial animations looked fantastic. The character models looked good. And at first, I was a little bit disappointed that it was just first person. But then as they went on with the presentation. They let us know that it's also going to be in third person, certain parts, like when you're climbing and there's certain interactive scenes, right? So that made me feel a lot better. They're using Harrison Ford's face. It sounded like him. I'm going to say it's probably not his voice, but the voice actor, they're doing a very good job of representing Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford's character in that series. So I was excited for that. Now, I was surprised that this game is coming out also this year. Now, they said 2024, so when they don't have a release date like that, it's coming out sometime in the fall. So they're still working on that game. They're still polishing it. So I believe that next time we're going to see this game, it's going to look even better than what we saw today. And the little rough around the edges things that I saw, I think those won't be in the next build that we see of the game. I think this was not the latest build. I don't want to say it was the earliest build, but it's a pretty early build. I could just tell by certain things from watching it. Anyways, I was impressed with today's showing. I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Holy smokes, the chat is popping. So let me go to the chat here. Holy smokes. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm going to answer a few of you guys' questions. I'm going to look in the chat here, and then we're going to wrap this up. So we got it playing in the background here. The show is already over at this point. So if you're just joining now, I guess you can just rewind so you can watch the entire show. Like I said, it was a great showing for Xbox, for Microsoft. We have a lot of games coming this year. Hellblade that we're watching on the screen right now looks fantastic. This is gameplay. This, what you're seeing right now on the screen, is gameplay. That is incredible. And we're going to get to play that and enjoy that on the 21st of May. That is just incredible. That's just blowing my mind. Indiana Jones is coming out later this year. Avowed is coming out this year. And it looks so much better. And people are saying, oh, Xbox has no games. Oh, Xbox has games. And you better believe that these games are going to do well. It's going to do well on PC. It's going to do well on Xbox. It's going to help push Game Pass numbers for sure. And then let's not forget that this coming fall, we're going to have the new Call of Duty in Game Pass day and date. So, you know, it's Sony's turn right now. What are you going to show? Because you haven't really shown anything. I don't know what's on the table that's first party, that's major, that's coming out this year. If I'm missing something, you guys can tell me in the chat, but I just don't know. It's not looking great for Sony. It's like they kind of blew their load already, right? And, you know, they have a substantial lead this generation, but they're going to need to maintain that lead by bringing out games. And this year, Xbox has some games. All right? And Avowed is a new title. Okay? Indiana Jones is a new title. Hellblade 2, yes, it's a sequel, but look at it. Just look at it. It looks incredible. So, I don't know. It's just going to be a great year. Yes, Rabbi is saying in the chat, Stalker 2. That's right. Stalker 2 is coming this year. And Stalker 2 looks incredible. I don't know if you guys have seen the latest build of Stalker 2, but it looks fantastic. And I got to give kudos to the studio because they're in a war. They're literally in a war, and they're developing this game. So when this game comes out, you guys better support this game because it was literally built on their blood and sweat. They've actually lost team members to the war. So I hope that you guys actually support Stalker 2 when it comes out. Okay, let me see if there's any super chats that I gotta read. Okay, didn't miss anything there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, it was a good show. Thank you guys for rocking out with me and watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button. I do most of the live streams. I do most of the Xbox, Microsoft. I do Sony live streams. I do NVIDIA, AMD. If there's anything tech related, most likely I'm going to stream it. So, you know, just subscribe if you just want to watch that type of content. And of course, I produce normal content, mostly on Xbox. We cover PC, we cover PlayStation, we cover everything, and we cover it with unfiltered, right? And I'm just going to always be straight up with you guys. And if you guys are part of the channel, you know, sometimes people don't like the things that I say because I keep it real. And because I do prefer the Xbox brand, whenever I am critical of Xbox, I don't understand. Guys just get upset. Like, I like Xbox, but just because I like Xbox doesn't mean I can't say the truth and be critical. And me telling the truth and being critical is me wanting Xbox to be better, not me wanting the demise of Xbox. But, you know, people get in their feelings, and, you know, it is what it is. But I will say that today is definitely a good day for Xbox. This show overall was a good showing, and I want to give it a 7.5, and I'm teetering on the 8. I got to see how I feel, but a 7.5 to 8 for sure. And just based on the simple fact that these games are coming out this year. Avowed is coming out this year. I can't reiterate any more. Indiana Jones is coming out this year. Avowed is coming out this year, and they all look fantastic. Anyways, I wonder what you guys think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section down below. Are you excited for these games coming out? May 21st, we're going to be able to play Senua's Saga day 1 on Game Pass, on PC, Xbox Series X and S. This is an exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem, right? Which includes PC, all right? Avowed is coming out this year. I think Avowed was in the summer. They announced it. And, of course, Indiana Jones coming out later in 2024. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for rocking out with me. I'll see you guys on the next one.